The 6th International Day of Yoga was celebrated yesterday on the Facebook page of the High Commission of India, that is in Windhoek, Namibia. Now, that took place at around 1100 hours for approximately an hour or so. Now, the International Day of Yoga has been celebrated annually on 21 June since 2015, following its inception and acceptance in the United Nations General Assembly in 2014. Joining me now via Skype with more is Dr. Nikhila Hiramath, who is a teacher of Indian culture and yoga in Namibia. A very good morning to you, Doctor, and thank you for being with us this morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure. All right, Doctor, firstly, what was your experience like yesterday? How would you describe the International Day of Yoga that took place yesterday?
It was fantastic. It was very nice to see how Namibians interacted with us online, and they supported us, and how they involved themselves, even though we were not able to go ahead with the physical arrangement of the program.
Yep.
But we had an online approach, and it was very welcomed and supported by all the Namibians. We're very grateful.
That's fantastic. Now, Doctor, yoga is a very common practice back in India, and it's something that's gaining slowly but surely momentum here in Namibia. Just take us back to the history of yoga and also the importance of it and also some of the benefits of yoga.
Yes, yoga is a science which was developed by nature, by observing the nature. And like even the poses are named based on the nature, like tree pose, the hare pose, camel pose, like this.
Yeah.
So the poses were, there are 86,000 poses.
Wow.
Which resemble all the animals or the trees, plants, etc. of the nature. So it was started as a science by observing the nature and incorporate those positions which will help in developing that quality, like tree, balance and stability, camel posture, flexibility of the back.
Yeah.
So in that way, and then it was written or documented in around like 4 to 5 BC century as Yoga Sutras of Patanjali and the ancient sayers of India.
Yeah.
And then it was brought to the West by some of the very great ancient seers, and then it has changed the face of the yoga. It is mostly a science of lifestyle, which is which is practiced and incorporated to develop the physical and mental abilities. So that is how the yoga has been changing and adapting to the situation, to the present era. And yes, it keeps changing, but the inner essence of the yoga will never change.
Yeah.
And yes,
Fantastic.
it will be incorporated.
Fantastic. You mentioned 86,000 poses. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot.
I know.
Just an interesting question. How many of those poses are you familiar with?
We are actually not practicing all the poses because some of them are a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
But yes, around 200 to 500 poses are currently being practiced throughout around the world.
Fantastic. Now, could you speak to us about, and I'd like this for the sake of our viewers and also just to get to know you better and how you, sort of discovered yoga and went to pursue it in as far as, getting a doctorate in it here?
In India, yoga is incorporated from childhood itself, from the schools. It is like physical education. It is a part of sports and physical education. And we get to train ourselves for yoga because it has not only the physical benefit, but it helps us to focus our mind in our studies and all. So that is why yoga is incorporated in schools and colleges. And that's how I got interested. And then I continued pursuing Indian sciences, especially the Ayurveda and yoga. Ayurveda is an Indian system of medicine. And along with the yogic science, because both the sciences focus on developing holistic health. So I wanted to bring about that awareness in people. So that is how I perceived it.
Fantastic. Let's take a look back at yesterday again. We've had the International Day of Yoga celebrated yesterday with a very interesting twist, of course. We were now forced to go the virtual route due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What was your experience like in that regard, to do things virtually and online?
It was a very different experience. We are usually people person as yoga teachers, and we like to see our audience and connect with them.
Yes.
But yes, the given situation, we try to develop in a different way, and we have been conducting virtual classes on our social media. And I took feedbacks from our yoga students around the Namibia, throughout Namibia. And based on those feedbacks, we decided we'll go online, we'll do it online. And yes, it was a different one, but it had a twist as to we could reach every person around the corners of Namibia.
Fantastic.
So that was an added benefit, because when we were doing the physical programs, we were restricted to particular region and many people couldn't join us. But this time, many people joined, and within a couple of hours, we had crossed 1,000 views.
Wow.
1,400 views.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And apart from that, what other challenges did you experience with the streaming? We know that Namibia isn't the most advanced in terms of technology, and of course, network and internet tends to be a problem. Were those any challenges that you experienced?
For us as such, we did not experience much challenges, but I suppose people who stay in a remote place where the internet coverage is not that good, they might have experienced some issues. But yes, we do have these programs uploaded in different social media like YouTube, etc. So whenever they have internet, they can download it. We started the YouTube channel for that purpose, actually, to overcome that problem of network connectivity and all. So yes, that it was nice experience.
Fantastic. I'll definitely download those videos for my co-host Nina. I think she should get into yoga. Also, Doctor, was the specific theme to yesterday's International Day of Yoga?
Yesterday we had a very special theme, which is actually for the current situation of COVID pandemic, yoga for hope and yoga from hope with family. So we wanted everybody in the family to get involved, become yoga warriors, and incorporate the essence of yoga.
Fantastic stuff. Doctor, as we head towards the end of this discussion, just once again take us back to the importance of yoga as a tool to help combat some of the health ailments that we discovered today. Just how beneficial can it be for an individual here?
Yoga is a science of life. It teaches us how to lead our life, how to focus the mind, how to have a very physical health, a mental health, and even a social. Yoga has the power to develop and attain that peace and harmony both internally and externally throughout the globe. The 6th International Day of Yogas, which have been very successful, even though current situation of pandemic itself is the proof enough how good yoga can and how it can help us in our day-to-day life. Apart from these, it has immense therapeutic values, like it can reduce the weight, it can bring the cholesterol in control, it can improve the health of respiratory and your other system, manage the health of the heart and the circulatory system. So a simple incorporation of 30 minutes of yoga in a day, it might be even sitting on a chair. We have corporate yoga modalities even before your lunchtime or in the evening with comfortable, calm, serene peace of mind. it will change your life. You do yoga for 7 days. I will challenge you
Yeah.
that you will feel a lot of difference.
Doctor, I'll definitely accept that challenge. Just before I let you go, obviously COVID-19 has impacted the world over, and
Yes.
no sector, no industry has been spared. And I can understand that the Indian High Commission in Namibia has also felt the brunt
Yes.
of the
Yes.
COVID-19 pandemic. Just in terms of your activities there, in terms of yoga, how has this impacted your activities, and what alternatives have you resorted to?
We have stopped the physical classes. We used to have 4 hours of classes in our High Commission,
Yeah.
and because of this situation, we had to stop the classes, and we started the online classes.
Okay.
And yes, in the starting, in the beginning, it was a little bit difficult how to materialize the classes and everything. But right now we are properly settled. We have morning and evening live yoga sessions on
All
the
right.
Facebook page going on.
Fantastic.
So yes,
And how many participants do you have roughly? How many people tune in?
around 20 people during the live session,
Yeah.
but the sessions will be available online for the people according to their time schedule. They do watch, and yes, I do get feedback because our class members do message me with their difficulties
Yes.
and if they have any doubts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dr. Nikila, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and all the best with your activities there. And thank you for sharing your insight on yoga and how important it is here.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah. There you have it, Dr. Nikila Hiremath. She is a teacher of Indian culture and yoga at the Indian High Commission here in Namibia. Just talking to us this morning about the International Day of Yoga, the 6th International Day of Yoga that was celebrated yesterday. And the Indian High Commission went ahead and celebrated this day by streaming some of the yoga moves and poses via their Facebook platform. Of course, saying that even with the advent of COVID-19, they still pursue and, of course, continue to explain how important of a tool that yoga can be. Also, an interesting fact, there are some 86,000 poses found in yoga. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Just stay with us.